Hello friends, it's Simone, your favorite neighborhood nerd. I have a pen here that I did not intend to add to my collection, and I'm also not really sure that I will, but let's take a look. Tom from Goldspot Pens reached out and asked if I would be interested in reviewing or showcasing this pen on my channel, and I said yes, with the intention to give this pen away to one of you guys. Here is the Opus 88 Mini in, I don't even know what name it has, Fall Leaves, which is a Goldspot exclusive that is releasing today on November 1st, which is Fountain Pen Day in 2024. This pen was designed by, let's check, Tracy Marsaioli, and she has also designed other pens like the Celestial Zodiac, Blizzard, Sakura, and Beluga. And she also designed some, what did she do? Retro 51 tornado pens. As you can see, this is actually so much prettier than I had expected it to be. I love the colors. Clearly the cap is opaque and the barrel is translucent, so they differ in color, but these leaves look so stunning. I decided to test this pen out in a 1.4 millimeter stub, and it is a Japanese eyedropper pen. The cap is a screw cap. The nib is a number 5 Yovo nib. Finials are rounded, so it's a cigar-shaped pen. When I hold it in my hand unposted, it is really short. Let's post it. Let's see how does it post securely. Does seem like it. I had one of these pens several years ago now, and I sold it rather quickly after I had purchased it because it just wasn't the right pen for me. It still doesn't look like it is the right pen, but we can test that out. We can compare it to some other pens. I was going to just quickly show you how it closes because I noticed that the Opus 88, either the clip is supposed to align with the 88 here, but it is off center. If you look at there's a reflection of my ring light. That sucks big time. But you can see how the Opus 88 is off center if you consider the clip here hitting the barrel right here as the center. And I noticed that earlier, and I just wanted to know if I just like do this, does it? No, it always comes over to the 88. Clip is okay. How many turns does it take to unscrew the cap? 1, 2, 2.5. With the pen, there is an eyedropper as well as another one of these O-rings right here. These go, actually, let's unscrew this and I'll show you. This is something that, let's see if I have a gripper thingy here somewhere. This is something that Opus88 pens have, and only Opus88 pens. At the end of the, yeah, there we go. Where does that O-ring go? Oh, there it is. I was just wondering, because this sits right here. All the other pens that I have with Jowo nibs do not have an O-ring here. So if you interchange Opus88 pen nibs, make sure you swap out the O-ring as well, not just the nib. Make sure you have that. It feels like it's going to be, and I think that is, my assumption is that that is why this housing sits up here. With other pocket pens, well, each one is made different. It's not the same. It sits underneath, and I noticed that with my Opus88 demonstrator as well, that this sits basically right on top here. So let's grab stuff to compare and then check it out and measure. All right, here it is next to some regular standard size fountain pens, a Lamy Safari on the left and a TWSBI Eco on the right. As you can clearly see, it is much shorter. This is a pocket pen, so of course it is shorter than a regular standard size fountain pen. Here is a Sharpie as a comparison. And then here is my Opus88 demonstrator. I just wanted to show that here because the size difference of these two pens is humongous. When you use the Opus88, or if I were to use the Opus88 Mini, I would post the cap, and this would make the pen, bring this pen to about this length. Of course, I would not. I can't even post the cap on the Opus88 demonstrator. I have a parallel nib on that. I don't post the TWSBI Eco, but you could if you wanted to. It makes it super long. Like, look how far the cap stands out. So I don't post those when I use them. And then here we have the Lamy Safari. And suddenly it looks very different. The Opus88 is almost, the Mini is almost the longest. Let's post this. Yeah, I don't post my Lamy Safaris either. I don't know. You decide. It looks like it's super long. Doesn't necessarily need to be. Suddenly, the Opus88 Mini is the longest pens of these all. And as you can also see here, right here, this is a chunker of a pen. I also brought some pocket pens that I have in my collection right now with me, so we can look at those pens in comparison to this. And I have a Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini, a TWSBI Mini, and a Naria model, which is also a pocket pen from Mayfair Pens. These pens I all post, so this is what this pen looks like when it's posted. Then we'll do the Pro Gear Slim and the Naria. In chunkiness, these two are really close and similar. So in this comparison, all pens posted, the TWSBI Mini is the longest, closely followed by the Progress Slim and the Opus 88 Mini, and then the Naria model is the shortest. And I'm just going to show you how these pens sit in my hand when I hold them. As these three are all inked, I'm going to close them up right away. The Opus 88 Mini is an eyedropper, Japanese eyedropper pen. That means that you do not have a cartridge or a converter. You fill the barrel of the pen, and the eyedropper mechanism means that you have a rod in the middle here that can, when this valve back here is closed, like it is right now, it actually shuts off the ink flow from the barrel to the feed right here. So if it is closed and your nib is on there tight, then there will no ink will flow from back here to the feed, and the only ink that you are using is the ink that is already in the feed. That means that if you're only taking a quick note, there's no need to unscrew this back section. But if you're writing a sentence or two or even more, then it is recommended that you open up this valve in order for the ink to actually reach the nib and for it to be actually working. This is definitely something that you should consider if you're traveling a lot, flying a lot, if you're concerned that your pens might leak. These Japanese eyedroppers or vacuum filler pens as well would be able to shut off. That's why it's called a shut-off valve. Oh my gosh! The ink to flow towards the nib. So the only thing that could leak is what is in your pen from here to here in the feed, and that's usually not a lot. So that is an added measure of security if that is something that you might need, and this might be a reason why this pen is attractive to you. So after all this preamble, chitty chatty, let's measure the pen. And actually Tom, which I think is really awesome, provided all the measurements of this pen. So we can check if what I'm measuring is the same as he does. So I am measuring, and I need the Post-it note. Can you see I'm super prepared for this? So this pen, capped, it is 11.8, I'd say, centimeters. Pen length closed, 11.19. Okay, well, yeah, ish. I agree. Pen length open, cap off. And I think that Goldspot Pens has all of those measurements on their website. So you could measure your own pen if you have one at home. This is unposted, uncapped. It is 10.9. That's exactly what I'm measuring to. So I'm just going to change it to here, because I feel like that the measurements, let's see how the diameter is going to compare, because you can measure quite a bit. The caliper changes from down here to here quite a bit. So I'm curious to see where Goldspot measures the diameter. All right, that is 13.9, 14 millimeters, 14 centimeters. That is not what I get, but I believe because, well, if I'm closing my eyes, length posted, I get 13.9 centimeters. in the product description, it's at 14. I would say, or my assumption is that it just doesn't post the same with every pen, and so you would get a difference in length when it's posted. I'm curious to know if when I post this, if there is going to be scratches here, or if the threads would affect this. What I notice also when I'm posting this, it doesn't click, you know, it's like not plop and it's on. It's still, I mean, it doesn't fall off. Oh, well, it does. Oopsie. This is one of the reasons the pen that I had previously, this didn't even post as securely as it does right here. So diameter and weight is what we still need. So where is the pen grip? 0.10 millimeters to 12 millimeters. Is what the website says. Let's 10 millimeters would be, where is that? Okay, this is 10.68. So I don't really know where that comes from. I'm all the way down at the end of the barrel, so 10.59. I do not hold my pens down here. Like, especially with this pen, there's no stopper. If I'm gonna hold my pen down here, I am always having my fingers on the nib. This is not working. So if I were to hold this pen, it would probably be right below the threads, which is, let's do this. You can see where I'm measuring right here, and it's the upper edge, of course. So right here. Wow, sorry. 11.97. And all the way at the top at where the threads are, it is 11.13 millimeters, not centimeters. The threads are really smooth. There is this bulging band that seems to be the cap band, but it's actually not. It's part of the barrel design. And this is what it looks like when it's in my hand unposted and when it's in my hand posted. I think I showed that to you earlier. Now, let's weigh this thing and then we'll dip test it, and possibly ink it. All right. Well, this is how I weigh my pens. Capped and posted. Capped posted. It is 24 grams. Total weight without ink, 22.7. Okay, well, that's not what I get. 23. 24. 23.5 possibly. And then if you do not post this pen, the pen weighs 13. Uncapped, it is 13 grams. I hope you were able to read my chicken scratch here. And I'll grab my notebook and we'll do a pen test. Okay, I am always using Waterman Serenity Blue for my dip tests. A dip test is not necessarily always the best test to check how a pen writes, because there's a lot of ink. Wow, I dipped it so far down. In the beginning, there might not be ink at the end. You could also, if there is a problem with the way the nib is seated on top of the feet, it might be not noticeable when you dip test it, but when you actually ink the pen, you will realize that the pen doesn't write. So it's up to you if you fill your pen all the way or if you dip test it. I am always dip testing my pens, which because I do it the same way all the time, there should be some sort of consistency. So this is a new pen day. And this is the Opus 88. Wow, okay. Opus 88 mini in fall leaves. As stated earlier, this was designed by Tracy Marsaioli. And it's a collab with Goldspot Pens. I chose a 1.4 millimeter stub nib, and I have to say that by just trying this nib out right here, it seems to be a really good nib. It writes smoothly, as you can see. There's no stopping, and I'm not stuck on the edges. Yeah, I like this. What I'm going to do, so let's do some figure eights. Let's do some downstrokes, some side strokes, some upstrokes. So my idea is the following. Quick. Fox. I cannot write and talk at the same time, so you unfortunately have to wait. Jumps over the lazy dog. As expected, the pen shape and size is still not winning me over. Even though I love chunky pens, this is not it, unfortunately. The design on this special edition is fabulous. The bright cap and the more muted barrel work well together. The colors are screaming fall, and the gold veins of the leaves make it even fancier. I love the smooth 1.4 stub nib. Can't wait to play with it some more. What a fun nib for inky messes. So my idea is the following. I said yes to reviewing this pen, knowing that I did not really want to add this pen to my collection. I have become very selective with the pens that I add, and but I also thought this would be a really cool opportunity for me without investing too much money. Besides the shipping and the time that I'm investing in making this review, I'm not paying for the pen. So it would be an awesome way to pay forward all of your, loyalty, your comments, all the love that you usually give to me by watching my videos. I thought maybe I can pass along this love to you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to write my first impressions down here. Then I'll clean the pen, ink it up for the month of November with an ink of my choice. I will use it for the month. I will probably let you know what I think after I used it for a while. maybe on Instagram, maybe in a video, possibly in a snippets from my desk video. I don't know if it's going to be a completely separate video, but if you leave a comment down below indicating that you would like to participate in the giveaway, I will enter you in a random drawing on December 1st, 2024, and send it your way if you win. Now, the giveaway is open until November 30th, so I'm giving it away on December 1st. Just making sure the dates are clear. I will leave the details in the description box down below as well. The giveaway is open internationally, and I will cover the full cost of shipping. I'm closing my eyes because I know how expensive that is, but I would love to give back, and so I'm going to eat the costs for that as well. What else? If for some reason you are not a fan of a 1.4 stub nib, I know this is not everybody's cup of tea. It's definitely special. This is just a regular Jowo number 5 nib. You can buy these most likely almost every pen dealer. I know that Goldspot sells them, Kirk's Bureau of Pen Realm does. I have seen Opus88 number 5 nibs at Endless Pens. They're actually even branded then, and so you would be able to get a nib that you could swap out with this one for sure. Alrighty, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate every single person who watches my videos frequently, who leaves comments. I read every single one of them, even though I might not be able to respond to all of them. I appreciate you so much, and I hope this is right up your alley and you're enter. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Tom and the Goldspot team for sending this pen my way. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm kind of sad that it's not going to stay in my collection. I will see you again soon. Until then, bye.